different kind of pains in mental level, not connected with physical sort of experience. So since we human beings, because of our intelligence, so certain pains in mental level due to our imaginations, and with that, I think too much expectation, and with that, jealousy, fear, distrust, and these things come. As a result, mentally unhappy. So therefore, even today, 21st century, various different spirituality still have important role. So, my number one sort of commitment is promotion human compassion. I consider as a human value, irrespective whether believer or non-believer, in order to bring inner peace, inner strength, self-confidence. These inner values are very, very essential. So, I usually call a secular way to promote these things. I don't know whether my spiritual brothers, sisters, whether they agree or not. There are two levels, promotion through spiritual way. That's very, very powerful. But in the meantime, quite a number of people, not much interest about religion. Still, they're also human beings. They also, you see, deserve the happy human being, happy family. So therefore, these basic human values, human compassion, these are, I think itself is secular values or secular ethics. Now promotion of that also through secular way, that's my number one commitment. Now many people, including many scientists, join with us. So there are now people who really making effort to bring inner peace, through inner peace, peaceful society, peaceful family. Then the second commitment is, as I mentioned earlier, since all major religious traditions have sort of as an important role on this time, on this moment, because all, in spite different philosophy, all have same potential to bring inner peace. It is very clear. I think furthermore, the concept of God, creator, or concept of law of causality, both the same potential to bring inner peace. So therefore, the harmony among the different traditions is very essential. We can make better contribution to humanity, and also, you see, we can, we can make clear to the public. We also have the responsibility to take care of this planet. So my friend, you see, telling me, the person who believes God, who loves God, he or she must sort of extend love towards all creature. Then not only Buddhists call sentient being, but also the planet, trees, all these beautiful things are also the creation of God. So we must respect, we must protect. So therefore, harmony is very, very essential. So I'm extremely happy now here, spiritual brothers, different tradition, now here. Now, in recent years, I think the real sort of spirit of brotherhood, spiritual brotherhood, sisterhood, among different traditions, now growing. It is, I think, a very, very healthy sign. So I think we really need this kind of spirit. We all have common experience, common responsibility, and look after humanity, planet, and through one's own experience, through one's own belief, make contribution. Now, about Buddhism, of course, everybody knows the Buddha, almost like as a symbol of non-violence, a symbol of compassion. And one unique thing about Buddhism is Buddhist concept, interdependency. So the Buddha's message of compassion, this, generally speaking, common to all different traditions. One unique thing about Buddhism is the concept of interdependency. So this concept, I feel, this concept itself comes from Buddhism. But that theory is what we call applicable or relevant in every field, in the modern economy and environment issue, and also religious harmony and international relations, even our health. You see, very much relevant, because you see, this view, interdependency, this view brings more holistic sort of picture, whether good or positive, good or negative. Every event, usually, you see, when we come across these things, then appears something independent, absolute. So if that's negative, we develop anger, hatred. A positive, attachment. But when we see things, the positive and negative, very much related with other factor, then that understanding certainly reduces our too much emotion. So that is very, very important. So therefore, now some scientists also now, you see, like using this concept, everything interdependent, like that. And also modern quantum physics also is a similar view. If you investigate thoroughly, deeply, there is no sort of objectively independent existence. So these things are something quite useful. So therefore, this institution not only just give information or guidance to Buddhist practitioner, but generally, as Rinpoche mentioned, you see, the contribution for sort of, for our academic or our sort of human sort of, I don't know, namju, what called?
Reflection.
Yeah.
Reflection.
Institution digi, right? Chulu janja kismayimba. The main namju, ya kone kondu peya, penga chitya.
Develop understanding.
So that's my hope, and under the leadership of Rinpoche, I think you can do it. You can do that. So I very much appreciate. Now I think too much talk. So perhaps now next important sort of item is lunch. So I think this is for time for lunch, not for talk. So thank you very much.
I would like to first offer my deep gratitude to Your Holiness for conducting the consecration of this temple, the Rabne, and for your kind and moving words with this morning. Your blessing will remain with us always, and your presence here today will resonate for a long time and have a far-reaching impact. And we will endeavor in every way to fulfill your hopes and wishes for us and for this place, and honor the trust that you have placed in us. Your Holiness, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to say that it is the deepest hope of Rigpa Sangha and myself that you may return to Lerab Link again and bless us with the major and in-depth teaching. I would also like to take this opportunity to briefly thank the many people who have taken part in the great work of building this temple. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Chebje Rinpoche for its tireless and constant guidance, and for Ogyen Tobge Rinpoche for the way he has helped us in the construction of this temple down to the smallest detail. I'm also grateful to the countless other lamas from whom we've sought help, especially His Eminence Dzogchen Rinpoche and Rabjan Rinpoche. Also, I would like to thank the architects of the temple, the engineer, and the project manager. This monastery and temple at Lerab Link has truly been a labor of love. It would not have been possible without the selfless dedication of my students. It is wholly due to their effort. So many kind and good people devoted to Dharma and its future. But then there are many benefactors, supporters as well, who are gathered here today. I'm deeply grateful to them all and moved by their constancy and their complete dedication. I would also like to request Your Holiness to dedicate all their efforts for their enlightenment and for the happiness and enlightenment of all beings. At this point, let me stress again our deep gratitude to the people of France and to Madame Sarkozy, Monsieur Kouchner, and Madame Yat. Your presence here today is a great honor and especially auspicious, and we feel it of great significance. Also, we would like to thank the prefecture, the mayor of Montpellier, the mayor of Lodep, the mayors of all these regions, and especially I would like to thank the local community for whom we have developed a very warm relationship. In fact, many thousands of them are in the stadium in Lodev, watching as we speak. Our neighbors are very enthusiastic about our presence here. They say that we bring a richness to the cultural life of this area and a new spirit to this region. For our part, we wish to continue to contribute as fully as we can. Please continue to support us. Let me conclude by thanking all of you, our guests today, who have joined us this morning because of your sympathy and support for His Holiness, the Tibetan culture, and the spiritual tradition. And thank you for your also interest in the temple and our work. Everything we are doing here at Lerab Link, we dedicate to the peace of the world and to the ultimate happiness of all beings. In particular, we would like to offer the temple to you, Your Holiness, and we dedicate all the merit gathered here so that you enjoy a very long life, so that your vision and your aspiration for the world and for Tibet may be fulfilled, and so that during your lifetime you may return to Tibet and bring the same leadership there as you have done for us Tibetans in exile and indeed to the world at large. This is our prayer. And in this spirit, we would like to conclude by offering you a song of your long life, adapted from a famous Tibetan Tsolu, Song of Peace, which was a favorite of Jamangyan Suchlodi, was often sung by Khandro Chirin Chudne in his presence.
I have 3 commitments. Number 1 commitment, promotion of human value, as I mentioned this morning. And number 2 commitment, promotion of religious harmony. These 2 commitments, till my death, I committed. So whatever way, some
Contribution.
some contribution, most welcome. I think immediately create peaceful life in your own family. That also contribution for promotion of human value. Instead of fighting, instead of jealous each other. So, then my 3rd commitment, a Tibetan national struggle. So one important is make known more people as much as you can. What's Tibetan culture? And what's Tibetan spirituality? And also the importance of Tibetan environment. So that's why, as I mentioned earlier, Tibet now passing through a very, very difficult period. And particularly since the 10th March, I described Tibet, the Tibetan problem, as I mentioned, we Tibetan nation, one ancient nation with ancient cultural heritage, now passing through something like death sentence. Very difficult. Now Guru remain helplessness. Guru full of, Guru feeling of helplessness. Tibetan people, they are putting a lot of expectation, a lot of hope on me. I'm in free country. Of course, I myself, is everything okay. But that moral responsibility is case helpless. Very sad. So, just due to our karma, like that. So, whatever we make some contribution.
Your Holiness, what changes should we look for in ourselves so that we can be confident that our retreat has been successful?
Deliberately visualize the object which usually you get attachment or anger or irritation. Visualize, then examine. Normally, these object contact some kind of uneasiness, difficulties happen. But after sort of some period of practice, or particularly in this case, Tonglen,
The practice of
Bodhicitta sort of practice of Tonglen is very, very helpful. I myself also, you see, the practice recent sort of 10th March, after 10th March crisis, I visualize some of those Chinese, and particularly who are making some decisions on the spot. So visualize these people and give my sort of, through imagination, through visualization, you should give, take their anger, suspicion, distrust like that, take and give the forgiveness, spirit of forgiveness, and love and kindness like that. Although that, of course, nothing will help, no help to the real situation. But my own mentally, emotionally, very helpful to maintain peace of mind. So, like that, you see, there's a test. Right, test. No. That's, I think, important. Then, generally, thirda, two.
so, and there's also the mention that as a sign of your having studied the Dharma well, you should have the basic calmness of your physical and verbal actions. And as a sign of successful meditation, there should be less amount of anger, less amount of negative emotions arising.
So now finally, I'm extremely happy here. And when I saw all these developments, and also when I hear Rinpoche's sort of plan, or what has already done, then I really very much sort of happy, and I really satisfied and very good. So the practitioner, right from the beginning, should not expect some marvelous achievement within a short period. Is difficult, unrealistic, unscientific. You see, we must sort of think the eons. The real sort of source of inspiration is Shantadeva's sort of prayer. So long space remain, so long sentient being remain, I will remain in order to serve. That kind of thinking really boosts our determination, our enthusiasm. So that's important. Should not have too much expectation. Then regular sort of practice is important. 1 week, almost forget sleep or food. And after 2 weeks, less effort. After 3 months, much less. More time, television or something. Or if not, just sleep. Then after 3 years, when you enter retreat center, just a normal person, and after 3 years, when you return, also still normal person, then that's not much sort of